Good afternoon. So a very brief video on one of the new arrivals to the collection, the new mould Gloster Meteor with the V1 Doodlebug flying bomb as well. And of course, just a brief update on what's happening with the Corgi Q&A over the next week or so. So first of all, let's talk about this new arrival, and this is the lovely Gloster Meteor. I keep wanting to say Gladiator there, but the Gloster Meteor of Dixie Dean. And he was the first V1 killer when he shot down an aircraft on the 4th of August 1944 over the area of sort of Tunbridge Wells near Kent. So the Gloster Meteor was the RAF's first jet fighter. They tested a lot of stuff as early as 1941 with the E-28 and E-89 Pioneer, proving obviously that was a viable route to go. So this aircraft, the actual Meteor, flew in the July of 1943 and was fast-tracked into service shortly after D-Day in 1944 on the 27th of July, so just sort of 8 or 9 days before the first V1 kill. And Dixie Dean, as I said, was the first V1 killer. So in terms of trying to actually, it was one of the only aircraft that could keep up with the V1. He tried to shoot it down, but his guns seized up, as a lot of new aircraft generally did in those occasions. So he used the tip and run tactic, so he flew alongside the V1 and tipped his wings to sort of disrupt the airflow, and the V1 sort of lost its, I think it's geometrics, and obviously just plunged the floor into the middle of nowhere rather than somewhere over central London. So actually a personal family story. My nan's sister, my great aunt, my Aunt Glad, who unfortunately passed away just about a month ago, she actually avoided a V1 Doodlebug in Dagenham East, which landed roughly sort of 50 to 60 metres away from her, and she managed to dive behind a bus shelter and was sort of pulled out of the rubble with just a few scratches. So from a personal point of view, it must have been quite terrifying hearing that scream and then that cut off as the engine sort of plunged the flying bomb to the ground. So that's my personal, well, I say my personal, my family's personal story around it. But this new mould Meteor, I've got the white one as well, which I'll try and take some pictures of when I can get a chance. Really, really nice sort of detailing. If I can pick it up. One thing that always surprised me about the Meteor is how low the wheels are to the floor. And I don't know if you can see, but the inside of the gear doors there has got the riveting. It's really difficult to try and get focused. But there's some real nice detail there. Bit of a strange choice, the Meteor, as a new mould, in all honesty, but they've done a cracking job of it. And it obviously plays a really important part in the RAF's history, being the first jet fighter of its kind. So well worth getting hold of. I've got this for an absolute snip off of Spock. And of course, obviously the V1 now. This isn't die-cast, this is majoritively plastic. But a nice addition to your shelf there now. So there's a few other sets you can get a V1 with the obviously the Heinkel HE111s. There's two V1 carrying aircraft there, and of course the Spitfire 14, I believe, of Johnny Johnson. Is it Johnny Johnson? It might not be actually. I know it's DWD is the serial on there, but that's a really, really nice set as well. So if you ever see that for cheap, try and get a chance to pick it up. So now just a brief update on what's happening with the Corgi interview. So hi again. Thanks for all the questions across Facebook, Instagram and on the model hangar, which was led by Christian Oatley, so thank you very much for that. Got a hell of a lot of questions to ask Michael. The original plan was to do the interview either today or yesterday, but as always work seems to get in the way, so Michael is completely inundated at the moment. Got a lot of work to do ahead of Father's Day, which is coming up a week on Sunday. So we've postponed it until sort of either Father's Day or beyond, until we can finally sort of make our calendars meet as such. The plan is to still take the original questions that we've collated. I'm not going to ask for any more because there's a lot of questions that need to be asked. But just to sort of set an element of sort of the expectation of it, there's lots of stuff that Michael can tell us. There's also lots of stuff that he can't in terms of business numbers. And I guess as well, he hasn't confirmed it in terms of future toolings as well. So we need to be realistic what we ask for it. I'm really grateful for Michael to do this interview with us. It's the first time Corgi have done something like this, and he is the lamb to the slaughter. So I will be asking as many questions as we possibly can. just be mindful. Just, you know, I know a lot of people have asked numerous questions. I've put all those questions to Michael, but realistically, you know, you might only get 2 or 3 questions if you've asked sort of 10 out of that person, because we need to try and cover as much as we possibly can. Speaking to Michael this week very briefly, we plan to try and do this on a more regular basis, depending on its success, and with different people within the brand as well. So quite exciting times for us as a page, and you guys as followers as well, because we want to be able to sort of make that engagement with the brand, whether it be Corgi, whether it be Cavalier, whether it be, you know, Force of Valor. We want to be able to be sort of in contact with them and give some of the thoughts that you have across to them as well, and just to create that engagement. So really excited to be doing it. I will post a bit of a warning on the page. I won't just dump it on there and just do a live on a whim. I will try and put some sort of time before that in terms of getting it across, so as many of you can watch it as live as possible. But I will also be recording it and posting it on Instagram Live and YouTube as well. So just really a big thanks. Lots of feedback from that, and also the Canada Wings interview with Noel, which I really appreciative of. So yeah, that's really it. So tune in again, and I'll let you know when that's going to go. Thanks for watching.